I'm back. I told y'all I was coming back. I told y'all I was gonna feed y'all. Like, what y'all thought this was? I'm feeding y'all content. Like, I'm doing what needs to be done. You know what I'm saying? But today I would like to talk about a little bit about how to not project your own insecurities onto your partner. One main thing that I learned from my past relationship is basically being able to self-express yourself, the communication. I'm not a bad communicator, but I wasn't a good communicator like I am now. I'm better at communicating now. I'm better at communicating my feelings, what's wrong, what's, all of that good stuff. So like now, communicating really isn't an issue for me. I've gotten better at it. I'm still learning as the days go by, but that's one major thing that you need to have in place to make sure you're not projecting your own insecurities onto your partner, because it's easier said than done, but it's really easy to project, and that's not gonna work in a relationship. Another thing is being able to spend time alone by yourself. I know a lot of people, well, basically everybody, majority have spent time with themselves, were forced to spend time with themselves from the beginning of the pandemic, 2020. And that's basically when I was getting to know myself even more during that. That's why I didn't mind staying at home. I didn't mind being by myself because I enjoyed my own company. A lot of people realized that they didn't like themselves when they had to stay at home because of COVID. A lot of people, like, if you're not comfortable with yourself, like, how can you sit in your own thoughts, And that's another thing. It's okay to question your thoughts about things, I question my thoughts all the time, especially now. Like what I'm going through now, I question my thoughts and I have questions, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with questioning things. That's a great thing, because that means your mind is basically working and you're just like trying to figure out what's going on. Another thing is know your power. I'm just not realizing my personal power now. And being in a relationship, okay, so I'm gonna speak from my perspective, because obviously this is not everyone's relationship. I don't know, but from my perspective, I didn't really realize my power, in a sense, if that makes sense. Like, I knew who I was, and I knew what I could do, but I honestly feel like being in a relationship that blinded me from really seeing who I was and what I could accomplish and what I could become. It caused me to have a very cloudy mind, but I was still pushing through anyway. But everything is always done for a reason, and so as you continue your life journey, you will understand more as to why things happen. A lot of the times we don't really understand why things happen, and we question it a lot, and that's okay. It's okay to question it, but in due time you will understand. Divine timing is a real thing. Like, nothing happens on our own time. If everything happened on our own time, like, life will basically be perfect. You know what I'm saying? Like, but that's unrealistic. So everything happens when it's time to happen. And that's why I know for a fact, deep down in my soul, that what I'm going through, it happened for a reason. It happened to me for a reason, and I have people out there that are looking at me as an inspiration, because I'm simply just sitting here telling y'all how I feel about my feelings and the things I've learned from my relationship, And I honestly think that's a very beautiful thing, that anyone can do such thing like that. It takes a lot of courage to get up and just speak about your feelings, because a lot of people like to suppress feelings, especially when it comes to Black African American men, gay or straight. When it comes to those type of men, feelings are not something that are considered to other people, to society. You know what I'm saying? So especially when I see Black people, Black men in general, expressing their feelings, like, that takes courage. Like, that's not easy to do. Because, and I partly blame that because of our community. It's definitely their fault as to why they seem to act like men can have feelings, but men are human beings too, you know, just like women are. So, you know, that's neither here nor there though. Honestly, in my opinion, I just feel like if you are talking through things that actually bother you, you know, if you bring those things to the table and talk about them, and it's easier to come up with solutions to things, you know, instead of talking about it and saying, okay, you're fine now, but in actuality, you're not fine, you know. It's always good to talk about it and make sure, like I said, when you're talking about it, be honest with yourself first, because if you can't be honest with yourself, then you damn sure cannot be honest to someone else. Like, that's just the absolute truth. Care what nobody say, it's the truth. So if you're not, that's where you need to start at first. You need to start within yourself, being honest with yourself. And if you're being honest with yourself, it's nothing to be honest to everyone else. Like, that really was bars. So y'all better get into it. My album dropping next year too. Like, you will not get too far in life if you continue your entire life blaming someone else for your problems, you know? So that's why this, like, all of these things, like, start with yourself. Like, you have to put a mirror up to yourself and pinpoint the things that are wrong. Pinpoint the things that are good too. Like, don't just point out the things that are bad with you, because everyone has good and bad. But the power in that is if you can point out the good and the bad and actually be able to effectively communicate it, you know? And especially, that's very crucial in a relationship, because there's two people in a relationship. Granted, those two people in a relationship, romantically, they may feel like they connect so well, but at the end of the day, it's still two different people, two different mindsets, two different thought processes, you know? It's just a lot. So if you're not really ready to deal with yourself, you can't do a relationship successfully. And that's just how I see it. That's just how I feel. Change my mind. Like, you know, because that's just impossible. Just like that saying, if you can't love yourself, how the hell you gonna love somebody else? Okay? So, like, get into it. Also, another thing that will help with that is being able to go talk to a therapist. I know a lot of people, I'm just to say my community in general, the Black community, a lot of us don't really believe in therapy. A lot of us don't really believe in mental illnesses and all of that thing like that too, but we'll touch on that another day. But a lot of us don't believe in therapy, like, and therapy is an amazing thing, you know. In my opinion, I see therapy working as just like how I'm sitting here talking to myself, and I feel like this is how therapy is. It just allows you to open up to someone, like, just completely open up and be 100% honest to someone. That's really all therapy is, in my opinion. And a lot of people, not everybody is like me and can sit here in front of a camera or sit there with themselves and just figure their thoughts out. Not everyone can do that, you know, and that's okay. That's why there are different options for anything that you're going through. You know, everyone doesn't go the same route, just like everyone's life path is completely different. Like, everybody don't move the same, you know. So going to therapy and talking about your feelings, like, that helps a lot, more than what people really know. Like, just let's just take the relationship, like, out of the equation. Like, talking about how you feel in general, point blank, it just makes you a better person, and it makes you a stronger person, because you're able to sit there and pinpoint the things that are wrong with you, or like how you feel, you know. That's not easy. Like, it's not easy. I don't care what nobody say, it's not easy. But the thing is, the thing that makes it not easy is you having to put in the work to wanting to do such thing. Like, if you're not wanting to put in the work to do it, it's not gonna get done. You know, it's not gonna happen overnight either. You know, you have to put in the work. And I can sit here and say that because I'm doing that. Now, granted, it's a little easier for me at this moment now, shockingly, because when I was in a relationship, I was trying definitely hard not to project onto my partner. If I did, I definitely would make it be known, you know, like, apologize about me doing that. You know, I may not do it in that moment. I may not have done it in that moment, but eventually I would come back and, you know, let it be known that, like, this is what I was doing. I apologize for that. Da da da. Like, let's talk about it. Da da da. Whatever, whatever. And that was very strong of me to do because, child, what I look like apologizing? I don't apologize. Like, that's just how I used to always feel. Like, I'm not apologizing for anything because if I said it, I said it. And I still feel the same now. But if I know I'm wrong, I can apologize, you know? It's easier to apologize if I know I'm wrong. Especially if you are in love with someone. And me personally, like, if I have feelings for you and I'm in love with you, whatever, like, I'm more inclined to be honest and open with you, you know? And my past relationship really showed me that side of me, you know? And it opened up a newer version of me, you know? And that's why I feel like now, like, I'm a different version than what I was before. And that's why I'm thankful to even go through this process because it's needed. It was needed for me. I don't know about him, but it was definitely needed for me. Only way that he will know if it was needed for him if he actually puts in the work and actually understand what the real issue is. Because if you're being honest, the real issue isn't me. But he know that. I know that. But we'll say that for another day. But, you know, overall, you know, it's hard to do those things like if you're not healed, excuse me, I'm sorry. If you're not healed or if you're not really even trying to heal, you know. And another thing too, I feel like a lot of the times, a lot of us don't even realize that we need to heal, you know, like we don't. That's why I say it's okay to embrace your feelings, like embrace how you feel, because you, like, not saying that, I don't want to say like, oh, this is why people be depressed and this and that, like, but I feel like that plays a factor into it, you know, because you're not actually embracing your feelings. Go with the flow of it, ride it, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't fight it, because you fighting your feelings and suppressing your feelings, that's not going to do anything. It's really going to harm you more than help you. It's not going to help you at all. Like, it's definitely going to harm you mentally, you know. And mental health is something that I take very serious, even more serious now, the fact that of what I'm going through and the things that I'm doing to make sure that my mental health is still up to par every single day. Because at the end of the day, regardless of what we all go through, we have to wake up every single day and go on about our lives, you know? So imagine getting up every single day, your mind is completely clouded. You don't know really if you're coming or going, you know, but you subconsciously, like, you know, you do your routine. But that's not a way to live, you know. That feels like prison in a sense, you know. So that's why I am encouraging anyone that watches me or listens to me or anything. I'm encouraging y'all to embrace your feelings, you know. Don't be scared to talk about your feelings with anyone. Like I said, if you need to go to a therapist, go to a therapist. If you need to be like me and talk about it on my YouTube channel, like, do that. If you need to just simply make video diaries, do that. Write in your journal, do that. Like, shadow work, do that. Like, that is very crucial. And I'm telling y'all, like, use me as an example. Like, use me. Everything I'm telling y'all is real shit. Like, I'm not bullshitting y'all. Like, this is real life, you know. I'm being upfront and the most honest I've been, even with myself, you know. And that just, I don't know, it just makes it feel different. It makes me feel different, but in a very good way. Like, being honest with yourself can take you a really long way in life. Little do people know, you know? So yeah, you know, if you are in a position that you feel like that you could simply be projecting your insecurities on your partner, take time out, take time to yourself, and just really think about how you feel and what's really going on. Don't just take the easy route and blame your partner for what's going on with you inside your little brain, you know. Don't do that. That's not right. And it's not fair to your partner if you do something like that, because your partner is basically left in the wind and just completely confused about what's going on, because they weren't thinking that this is what this was, you know. And I can speak about this because I was in that partner's shoes. Like, I was the one that was caught off guard and this came out of complete left field. But now that I have transitioned, I see the issue, you know. I see what Spirit wanted me to see, you know. I'm seeing things clear now. I'm understanding each and every day. I'm understanding why I'm going through this. This is literally meant for me to go through this, like, and I'm not questioning that at all. But what I am enjoying is the fact that I can sit here and realize what went wrong and what didn't, you know. So yes, that's definitely amazing. But yeah, I just want to come and, you know, that topic was on my heart, and so I just really want to come and express it a little bit. And like I said, y'all, I don't know much. I'm still learning every single day. But only thing I'm doing is literally just talking about what I have experienced. I'm not talking about what anybody else has experienced, anything like that. I am talking about simply what I have experienced, because that's all I can do is talk about me. You know, I can't talk about nobody else's situation because I don't know anyone else's situation. But I know by me talking about my situation, I can help someone else in their situation. So embrace your feelings. It's okay. It's okay. Don't fight it. If you feel like crying, cry your tears out. Like, do that. If you feel like it up, now don't shit up. And don't do that to nobody else, because we ain't got time to catch no cases. Try to, you know, go to a rage room or something. Go to the gym. You know, find healthy ways to cope with that, you know? And once you do that and you just make it a part of your life, like you don't even think about doing it, you'll feel so much better. I promise you, y'all. Like, I'm not bullshitting y'all. This is real life shit. You will feel a lot better. So if you just, you know, take my little advice with a, you know, grain of salt, whatever, you know, baby steps, you know, because you're not gonna jump right in it today, you know. I didn't. Like I said, I was trying to become this person and be more aware of myself and my feelings while I was in a relationship. But now I'm seeing that I wasn't really able to reach my full potential like I am now, because I see things were clouded. Being in love, it clouds things. You know, they say love is blind and it'll take over your mind. That's real shit. That's real, you know. And it's like, I feel like it's a normal thing though. You know, it's not something that we choose to go to. It's something that's normal. It happens. But the thing is, we have to acknowledge when it's happening or when it's happened and learn from that. And that's what I'm doing. I've acknowledged that I was blind to it. I didn't see it. Because now that I look back at it, I see the red flags. You know, I seen them. But I didn't think about him the way I do now, because I didn't see it the same way. Like, it was there in my face, but I just didn't see it that way, you know? So that's why I'm grateful for going through this experience. So yes, I appreciate you sitting here listening to me vlog about my feelings and just, you know, tell y'all my truth, you know, and tell y'all what I'm doing and what I've done to overcome things. And I appreciate all the love that everyone is showing me. Thank y'all for getting me to 200 subscribers. I know, like I said, it's not a lot to some people, but it's a lot to me. It means a lot to me. And I just know this is the very beginning of my journey and my life. And I'm glad that y'all are here watching it. And y'all are on the journey with me, you know? So I appreciate y'all so much and I love y'all. So make sure y'all putting in that work. And I'm checking in soon. And I'm gonna see if y'all putting in that work. Because if you're not putting that work in, me and you, we got a problem. Okay? So go on and, you know, get you a journal. Write your feelings. Start with that. You can start with a journal if that's the cheapest thing. Because everybody can't afford therapists either, you know. And if you don't even want to talk to yourself or talk to someone else, journal. It's the perfect thing to do, you know. You're going to cry, you're going to get angry, you're going to feel all those emotions. But guess what? The best part about journaling is once you finished, all of those feelings that you were feeling and that you wrote about, you left it on that paper, you know? Like, it's like journaling is literally like a form of release. You know, it's you're releasing your thoughts, your feelings, your emotions. And once you leave it there, you just feel so much better. You feel like a weight has been lifted off of you. That's how I want to, that's like, no one wants to feel heavy, especially not me. I don't want to feel heavy with my thoughts in my mind all day, every day. Like, I don't want to do that. That's me self-sabotaging myself. I don't want to do nothing like that. So that's why I'm taking the journaling route. And so far, I'm definitely enjoying it. And I know I'm going to continue to enjoy it because, like I said, it helps me. So yeah, just, do something like that and y'all will be good. I'm gonna make it. Y'all gonna make it. The ones that's going through things that are similar to me or going through the exact same thing that I'm going through, we're all gonna make it. We're gonna be fine. But we have to put in the work if that's what we are determined to do, to be. And I'm determined to be happy. I'm determined to make my dreams come true. I'm determined to focus on me, my success, my happiness. Like, I'm determined to do that. So that it makes it easier for me to do the work because that's what I want. And whatever you want, you got to go out there and get it. It's not going to fall in your lap. You know what I'm saying? So just put in the work and you'll see for yourself. You'll be like, damn, Cam was right. Yeah, I know I was right. But I appreciate y'all so much. And thank you for tuning in. And I love you.